I'm Juan Francisco, and I'm a psychic medium. I'm here with you to explore your intuition, the supernatural, and self-empowerment. This is Third Eyesight. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a new episode, a new week of Third Eyesight, and I hope you're all doing well. This week, I went to the orthodontist, and I am getting used to having some invisible teeth aligners. I don't know if you can see it in the camera on YouTube. They're invisible. They look great, but I feel like I'm having a hard time forming my words and swallowing in between words so that I'm not I'm not messing up my camera with my saliva or my microphone. So Sella's saying hi again. Sella just loves to be loved, everybody, and she just wants to bump into my stuff. Come here, baby. Down. All right. Well, this is unfiltered, unedited, but I'm holding onto my microphone so she doesn't knock it over. Anyways, this week I've been experiencing something in my professional life that has reminded me about, I think, an important lesson that we all have to learn. And I promise this will be more positive than it's sounding like already. But the message I want to share in this podcast episode is don't give up. Just don't give up. And when to know that you're going in the right direction with something. Now, as you might know, I'm a psychic medium. Why am I talking about this? Well, so often in readings, I focus on career for a client. They ask me, am I in the right job? What is next for me? What should I pursue next? And I think it can be very confusing sometimes to know what our next step is. And we want the signs to appear to us. And we really want to just have an easy answer, right? And something I've learned in the past month is that sometimes we don't have an immediate answer. We have to be okay with that. But the signs may come through unexpected ways, and they may come through rejection. Now, what am I saying? What I try to say? See, the invisible teeth aligners are messing up my mouth already. Now, I usually stutter on this podcast, but it's not helping y'all. But in 20 months, I'll have better teeth. In 20 months, I'll have better teeth. So, what do I mean by saying what I just said, which is sometimes the sign comes through a rejection? What is that old adage? Man's rejection is God's protection, right? So, let's say you're pursuing a goal and you come up on an opportunity to fulfill that goal and it feels close, but then you don't fulfill it. Something happens or you get rejected. I'm becoming more and more a believer in the idea that the fact that you had that opportunity and that it felt so close and so good, but it just wasn't the right time, is a sign that you are headed in the right direction and to not give up. Happens a lot with jobs, right? Sometimes we apply to jobs and we get 1, 2, 3 interviews, maybe 10 interviews, and we only get one, right? But that one, it's an opportunity. And the others, maybe we were very excited for them. Maybe we were the final candidate, one of the final candidates, one chosen between, it was a choice between 2 people, 3 people. We were in the final 3, but they didn't go with us. But it showed that you were worthy enough, which is a whole other conversation about being worthy enough. Or let's say you had the merits, you had what it takes to be in the final 3. And that in of itself should be a sign to continue on your journey towards that goal. Same thing with relationships. My goodness, this past summer, I had a beautiful connection with somebody. but the circumstances weren't right. The timing wasn't right. And I was really upset about that. But it reminded me that, okay, this is possible for me and I'm headed in the right direction here. What I had in this quick, brief connection with somebody is what I want in a longer term relationship. This person just couldn't fulfill that with me. But it shows what I'm capable of. It shows me what's possible out there. And I'm not going to give up. Even though sometimes I do want to give up. Okay? Sometimes I do. But I think we know that we're headed in the right direction when signs are clearly pointing towards that direction. And sometimes those signs are these amazing opportunities coming up for you, and then you don't get the opportunity, but you were close to it. Let that be your sign. Yes, it's okay to be disappointed. With my recent experience with an opportunity, I felt very disappointed. But I also felt very excited because, oh my gosh, my foot is in the door, or I'm closer to that opportunity than I was 2 months ago. That's awesome. I made a great connection to this opportunity who tried to get me this gig. And now I have their contact information. I can hit them up and they can hit me up. You never know. And that's what happened in the last 2-3 weeks. I had an opportunity come across my plate, and it sounded so exciting. It would have been huge for my career as a psychic medium. And I was close to being one of the final candidates, and then I didn't get it. And I was disappointed, but I thought, man, the fact that I was even pulled into this, that I was asked to do this, to try it out, to put my name forward, that is amazing. And it shows me that, okay, maybe I can do this. Maybe I could go down this direction. I won't go into details of what this opportunity was, but it's a type of opportunity that I've always been very excited about and curious about. And now I know that I could keep pursuing my curiosity about that and just be open. So the next time you are very close to an opportunity, but you don't quite get it or get accepted for it, just remember that you have what it takes. You had what it takes at that moment to come close to that opportunity. You have the goods, you have the merit, you have the brains, and it's just not the right opportunity. So keep pursuing. And I am a firm believer in taking the time we need to grieve an opportunity lost, to grieve a relationship that didn't work out. We need those moments to help ourselves reset so we can get back up again. But if we can approach opportunities, and when I say opportunities, I'm including under that umbrella job gigs, job opportunities, relationships, XYZ. If we approach these opportunities with openness and just asking ourselves, what can I learn from this opportunity? Or what can I learn from not having achieved this one opportunity? What can I learn from that about myself? And I don't think it's very fair to yourself to just say, well, what I can learn from this is that I'm not good enough. I don't have what it takes. Maybe you didn't have what it completely takes to get that opportunity, but you had what it takes. You have what it takes to get close to it. And that you should focus on and just keep going. You know, with actors and entertainment personalities and entertainment workers, gosh, this is the name of the game. You just get rejected. But people keep going because it's their livelihood. They have to keep going. But it's also it's such a normal part of being an actor, for instance, to get rejected. And then you can have that one big break and it changes everything. And it's because they didn't stop. And it makes a difference when what you're going for is something you're excited about and passionate about. A true actor loves the craft of acting, the art of acting. That is what leads them in their way. So as you're pursuing whatever it is you want right now, as you're thinking about what you want to pursue at the, before the end of the year or in 2026, go for what is going to excite you, what makes you feel curiously or excitedly curious. Or curiously excited? No, that doesn't make any sense. But go for what lights that spark for you. Lean into that. And see where it takes you. And see the opportunities that don't work out along the way as learnings. What can this teach me about myself in a way that's productive to my growth, that's constructive, that's going to help me evolve, instead of just shaming myself or putting myself down that I'm not good enough. Because also, you weren't the only one that was not picked. There are other people too. And I think depending on the culture we are brought up in, in this American culture I live in, it's so competitive and dog eat dog world and each man for himself. And I don't believe we're meant to live that way. We're meant to be much kinder to ourselves. So this is just an episode focusing on just leaning into the journey of the opportunities you're seeking, and not seeing rejection as self-defining, as defining you as not good enough, period, because that's not the truth. There's a difference between being not good enough versus room for growth. We all have room for growth. All of us. My gosh, how many times have we seen an actor who's really great act in a movie and it just wasn't a good movie, or didn't really help them shine? Sure, they got paid, fine. But then the rest of us are talking about how bad the movie was, right? So who's really winning? Who's really winning? I guess the actor is, but then there's a reputation. And do you think that actor, a really good, confident actor, cares about reviews? No. They took the gig. They took the opportunity. And some of them do it just for fun. Some of them do it because it's challenging. But they do it because they love it. And the rest that comes with it, it's going to come with it. So lean into what you love. Because when you lean into what you love and what's going to excite you, the journey's going to feel worth it. So I leave you with that. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week. And just a reminder that I am open for readings for 2026. Book me on my website in the show notes. And I can't believe it's almost the holiday season. And I'm excited for it personally. But, as the holiday season approaches, and if it's a tough time for you, I send you all my love. Because the holidays is not easy for everybody. And they are fast approaching. And just know that you have support, that I'm sending you all the good love that I can send you virtually. And so is Sella. It's my doggy Sella here. And be gentle with yourself today. Don't be hard on yourself on your journey, especially the journey called life. And the journey, the mini journeys have to do with what you want to see out of life. Be gentle with yourself as you pursue what you want. Before I keep babbling on, I'm going to end it here. Love you all. Thank you, and have a beautiful rest of your week. Follow the podcast, and please leave a review. If you want me to talk about a specific subject on the podcast, or you have a question for the podcast, go to juanfranciscospirit.com and go to my contact page and submit that question.